Alright, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everyone doing today? I am DSP, of course, and welcome to my gameplay stream for today. There will only be one gameplay stream today because today's the day when I have to run my errands, do my weekly shopping. Usually I do this on a Friday or a Saturday, but being that The Evil Within is releasing tomorrow night, I decided to completely revamp my schedule to try to do this in the middle of the week so it wouldn't really hamper the new release hype of The Evil Within. You know, I wouldn't want to say, oh, Evil Within release day, oh, I'm only playing it once because I have to go grocery shopping. You know what I mean? So, yes, folks, tonight I will be doing that, and therefore only one gameplay stream today. Yes, it is more Middle-earth Shadow of War. I got some stuff to say, folks. I got a few things to get off my chest. I have to because, you know, I'm an honest guy, and it's been bothering me. It's been bugging me. And I'm really tired of, basically, people being just so gullible. Okay? I really am. I'm done with it. I'm so tired of it. Right now, I've been playing Shadow of War. I've been enjoying the game a lot. It's been 8 hours of gameplay, and out of it, I'd say probably 6 hours were pretty solid, good experiences. Well, maybe 2 hours were a little bit grindy. Okay. I can tell you, from the 8 hours of gameplay, the story is good. The gameplay is a lot more fast-paced and streamlined than the original game. You feel more super-powered than you did. In that original Shadow of Mordor game, it was a slow build where you had to sneak around and basically do a lot of grinding-style combat in order to get enough abilities to become powerful. In this game, from the get-go, you are powerful. Okay? So it's a different feeling of a game. Now, I don't know if they did that because some people complained that the original Shadow of Mordor had too slow of a beginning and it was too difficult. I have no idea. I think it's kind of funny because this game still has the stealth, right? The stealth element. However, you don't really need it in a lot of cases because you're so overpowered. You could just sweep in and destroy the enemies with the combat and these abilities you can get pretty easy, or pretty early on in the game, excuse me. Okay. Now that being said, folks, all that being said, I'm enjoying the game. 8 hours of gameplay, it's good. People coming to the streams are saying they're enjoying it, yet stream attendance apparently has been dwindling massively. YouTube, I don't know, I haven't even checked the videos on YouTube, but you have to assume it's probably the same thing, right? That people probably aren't watching the playthrough that much on YouTube, and all I'm hearing about this fucking game is that loot boxes have ruined it. The end of the game is a horrible grind, and the loot boxes ruin the game, and you have to buy the loot boxes to beat the game. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, folks. I really don't even want to hear it ever again, and here's why. If you're fucking such a sheep that you're not actually following people who are playing the game, but instead you're just following these stupid drama videos on YouTube and these dumb fuck YouTubers who have to hype up drama in order to get views, and basically slander games in order to get fucking views because they're in such dire straits with their ad revenue plummeting and everything, which is obviously what this whole fucking stupid controversy is about. You need to wake up. You need to wake up and you need to fucking smarten up. Alright? I'm well aware that there have been YouTubers who have been ranting, raving, and doing nothing but talking about microtransactions and loot boxes for the past week. Do you really think they would do that unless it benefited them? Honestly, because I've played 8 hours of Shadow of War, and I haven't had to open a single loot box, and the game is good. Alright? Now, from what I'm to understand from people who actually have beaten the game, alright, the game has 4 acts. The first 3 acts are the meat of the game and consistent of what the story actually is. Okay? So, the first 3 acts, guess what? You don't have to open loot boxes. Ever. The first 3 acts of the game you can easily just play through. And yes, there's a bit of a grind recruiting your troops, just like there was in the original Shadow of Mordor. This is no different. I mean, it's the same style of gameplay. You know, the same exact kind of thing that you had in the first game. You have to recruit a bunch of orcs to your army, send the armies out to conquer. You know, this is the same thing. What were people expecting in this game? They were going to completely change the fucking formula? I don't get it. It's a sequel, folks. It's not a new game completely in a new IP. It's going to have the same gameplay elements as the first game. You should have expected that. But from what reviewers are saying, you don't need to open loot boxes or anything at all, okay? basically, everything's fine with that. And it's not until the fourth and final act, which is optional, is not required, because the game technically ends after the third act. But if you want to see the super secret ending, it's basically a true ending cutscene, okay? Think Batman Arkham Knight, okay? Where you can actually technically beat the game, but then if you want to see the true ending of the game, you have to grind endlessly to do all the Riddler trophies and shit like that. Now, a lot of people didn't like that, but, you know, they didn't sell bat boxes. If WB Games sold bat boxes, and if you bought the bat boxes and it allowed you to just pass those riddles and get to the ending of the game, maybe people would have been up in arms. Okay, I can understand that. But at the same time, it's a single-player game. If you're playing, alright, if you're playing a game that's single-player, and you want to see the super secret ending, not even the canon ending, but you want to see the super secret ending cutscene, and you don't want to go through the grinding that the game was designed to require you to do to see that ending, and you want to pay for a shortcut to do it, I don't see the problem with that. Alright? I do see the problem with loot boxes if they allow you to get in-game stuff for a competitive online game and you get an edge because you spent more money. That I disagree with. Okay? But if you're going to have problems with a game, it's just a single-player game, and you pay to skip, and, you know, you know, if you pay to skip what you would consider to be boring, grinding, time-consuming gameplay to see an ending, then so be it. What's the problem with that? There's going to be people who want to do that, okay? Now, some people would say, oh, it's a dishonest practice. It lines the pockets of EA and the game developers or whatever. Yeah, it does. But the bottom line is, you know, it's in the hands of the consumer to decide whether or not they feel that seeing a super secret ending without grinding is worth spending extra money for. That's in the hands of the consumer, right? The game, Shadow of War, does not require you to spend more money to see the end of the game. It just presents the option, all right? So if you really want to complain about something, complain about human nature. Complain about humans who have all this disposable income, and instead of putting it towards something productive or important, they put it towards something stupid and they take shortcuts. Okay? That's the real problem here. Because the bottom line is, if human nature was disciplined, and if humans had some kind of self-fucking control, right? You wouldn't have microtransactions at all, because no one would spend money on them. They'd say, I already bought this game. Why am I going to spend more money on this game? And you never see anyone put additional money into it. Right? It's the consumer's fault that they come in and they dump all this fucking money into these kind of games. As I said on my pre-stream yesterday, it's a lot about mobile games. Mobile games are 100% paid to win, 100% gambling. Okay, they are. Mobile games are the worst offenders of this syndrome of pay for loot boxes and random unlocks in the game. Okay? So, here's the thing. Here's why I'm upset. I'm playing the game. I'm enjoying it. I'm showcasing the game on streams, on YouTube. I'm showing that in the first 8 hours of the game, it's been a pretty great game. And there hasn't been one reason to open a loot box, okay? From what I'm to understand, the game has 4 acts. Like I said, the first 3 acts of the story. The 4th act is basically an endless grind where you're trying to unlock this secret ending. I'm now in Act 2. So you gotta figure, if there's 3 acts, maybe another 8 hours. So the game's gonna be, what, 16 hours long? Okay. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But yet, everyone I see on the internet is slandering this game. Shadow of War sucks. You need loot boxes to beat it. It's a piece of shit. Don't play it. What? Just look at, do this. I swear, you'll get a laugh out of this, okay? Go look at user reviews for the game versus critic reviews for the game. Critics are saying, wow, this game's pretty solid. It's an improvement over Shadow of Mordor. Yes, it's a lot like the first game, but that's a good thing because the first game was good. 8 out of 10, right? That's kind of like the general consensus of what professional reviewers are doing. Then look at the user reviews. 1 out of 10, loot boxes required. 2 out of 10, loot boxes. Loot boxes, loot boxes, loot boxes. All right? People are fucking sheep. They pick these people on YouTube to be their fucking figureheads, their idols, their gurus, They're people who will speak out against great injustices in the world of gaming. And instead of doing any actual kind of intelligent thought or research for themselves, they just believe what these people say as the God's honest truth. Even when there's evidence to the contrary, there's playthroughs of this game, including mine, showing the game doesn't fucking need loot boxes to be good. But people are fucking stupid. Okay? I don't even know what else to say. Like, it's so frustrating to me that in the modern era, we're also caught up in hype and or drama and all this shit. Destiny 2 will sell a ridiculous amount of copies despite being a repetitive copy of the first game with nothing original. Yet Shadow of War, which actually is a great game, won't sell at all because everyone's talking about loot boxes in a negative, dramatic way to get views on YouTube. Unfucking believable. Seriously, I'm so frustrated at this. I've been waiting for Shadow of War all year. It's one of the games I was hyped for. I'm playing it now and I like it. But all I hear people, oh, I'm not going to watch this. This is a game that needs loot boxes to fucking, you know, to beat it. And it's wrong. You're actually stupid and wrong if you're saying that because you believed the bullshit from a bunch of YouTubers who are just looking to make a buck. You fell for it. You got the wool pulled over your eyes, and because you did no research on yourself for yourself, no independent thought, you just believed what they said, and now you're missing out on a game that, at least the first 8 hours, has been a great game. Okay? So, this is so ridiculous. So now, Freaks in the stream chat just said, there's not really anything wrong with people not wanting to support a gross business model. That's fine. I agree with you. If you don't want to support the loot box system of Shadow of War, then don't support it. Don't buy the loot boxes. That doesn't mean boycott the game and then publicly fucking slander it and make it so that anyone who's playing it and enjoying it now has a bad time because everyone's telling them the game fucking sucks because it has loot boxes in it. That's the difference here. If people could just be mature and be intelligent about these kind of issues, that would be one thing, right? If you could say, okay, we understand the loot box system exists in the game, don't spend money on it, instead just play the game for what it is and enjoy it. That would be the mature thing to do. Instead, people have to completely blow it out of proportion and say, overall, the game is terrible because you can't beat it without spending extra money on loot boxes, which is false. It's a lie. It's a blatant fucking lie about the game because YouTubers wanted to make money. So they hyped it up like that. They made over-dramatic videos about it. They sat on Twitter for fucking 3 days straight whining about it to try to make it so that it would be all the people talk about this fucking week. And I've had enough of it. You know? Seriously. I like this game. I like this game. And I'm actually pissed. I'm legitimately pissed that I'm enjoying a game that's good and no one is agreeing with me or people won't give the game a chance, right? Because of this negative shit stirred up by a bunch of fucking whiny little greedy YouTubers. That pisses me off. And, you know, it sucks because here I am. I've been waiting the entire year for the hardcore gaming season. Here's one of the first major AAA releases of the hardcore gaming season. Oh, this game's terrible because of loot boxes, so everyone skip it. No one watch it. What the fuck? So what else can we do? Let's see. The Evil Within insults homosexuals. So no one watch The Evil Within. No one play The Evil Within. South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Let's see. What can we do? We have to find like something offensive or something annoying or dramatic about every game so there's an excuse so that people won't play the game and won't watch a playthrough of it. Let's do it. Let's make everything up. Here we go. Let's keep going. This is ridiculous. Why can't we all just be mature adults and not have over-dramatic reactions and not be fucking little whiny babies about everything? I'll tell you why, because people look up to their role models. And when you have YouTube role models who are whiny fucking babies, who all they do is stir up drama for their own attention, then obviously you're going to act like that too. And that's pathetic. That means you need a better role model, folks. You know? And I'm certainly not saying it's me, because I certainly have done some pretty bad things over the years. That are pretty embarrassing. I'm not stupid, obviously, in that regard. I'm not saying that I should be your role model either, but people need to grow up. Seriously. Stop being such reactionary, dramatic ninnies, and instead, you know, actually enjoy a game for what it is. There's literal empirical evidence in front of your face that the game does not require loot boxes to be fun, yet people are blatantly ignoring the evidence in order to make this negative so no one will play the game, so they can feel like they're a part of this mob mentality against the game. Pretty ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, I had to get that off my chest because I'm pissed because here I am playing a game, enjoying it. And, you know, launch night, there were a bunch of people on stream. And then yesterday I played the game all day and it was dwindling. You ask people, why aren't you watching? Oh, because this game needs loot boxes. Not, oh, because this game's boring. Or, oh, this game's no good. Because if you actually watch, the plot's been good. The plot's actually been an interesting plot. There's been a variety of gameplay. I'm fighting these cool bosses. Now I'm starting to recruit these high-level orcs. Things are getting interesting. Yet, people don't want to hear it. All they want to hear is, this game sucks. Pretty ridiculous. Yeah, so here you go. DSP fan dude just said, Phil's gonna hate it when everyone shits on Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins, and I like the game, and it's a good game, and everyone's saying the game sucks just because it's a fad to say Assassin's Creed sucks, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. You're right. I will be. Because I'm tired of it. I really am. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of everyone being an overdramatic drama queen, immature idiot on the internet. And it's sad because it's getting worse. Every day it's getting worse and worse. That people don't want to fucking think for themselves and be intelligent. Instead, they just want to be sheep and ride the wave of drama. And I've had enough. I've been waiting all year for the hardcore gaming season. It finally comes. I'm playing a good game. And now no one will fucking watch it because they all want to believe the stupid drama. Because they're idiots. They're mind-numbing, mouth-drooling idiots. No independent thought. Must believe what YouTuber tells me. Unfucking real. I just don't get it. Now, here's the thing. You have the right to formulate an opinion about the game if you actually don't like it. Oh, I think Shadow of War is a boring grind. Fine. You just made an intelligent opinion. And therefore, your opinion is valid and should be respected. That's not what people are saying, though. That's not what's been going on here. So anyway, folks. Anyway, all that being said, I really like this game. I'm going to play it today, and I'm playing it again tomorrow. So 8 more hours of Shadow of War coming in the next 2 days. We'll see how far I can get before the Evil Within releases, because that's the real test. You know, Evil Within is releasing tomorrow night. And I don't know what's going to happen. You know, how far will I get in this game before I get into the horror, survival horror of the Evil Within. From what I'm to understand, people are pretty hyped to see me play the Evil Within 2, just like they were very hyped to see me play the Evil Within 1 a few years back. That's good, because I'm excited for it. From everything I've seen of the Evil Within 2, it actually looks to be more of a horror-themed game than the first one. The first one, yeah, there was horror, but it wasn't the focus. It seemed more like gameplay was the focus, and there was a lot of gore. This game looks like it may have a lot more psychological horror, okay? So I guess we'll see. I'm very excited about that, alright? Alright. So, ladies and gents, that's tomorrow, by the way. FYI, tomorrow night at 9 p.m., I will be doing a launch night stream of the Evil Within 2. In fact, I need to pre-order. I haven't even pre-ordered it yet. I gotta pre-order it and get it. It probably will be, I'm thinking as of tonight, it'll probably allow me to preload the game. Okay. I guess we'll see. Daniel's Wee is saying he's gonna make some fan art for Evil Within 2. That would be appreciated. I actually have one piece of fan art so far. Fan art's been very scarce lately. I don't know why, but people have just basically not been making any fan art for playthroughs. It used to be a really cool thing where people got excited for these new game releases and would make a ton of pieces of fan art for the pre-streams. And for whatever reason, it's all dried up. Maybe it's because I stopped mentioning it. But yeah, you can make me fan art, folks. And you can either email it to darksidefil@hotmail.com, or you could post it up on the forums, which is the best way to go about it. If you actually go to the kingofhate.com forums, there's a fan art section there with a thread that says, you know, fan art for Phil's pre-streams. You can post it right in that thread, and then everyone can see it, and I can get it in order for the streams. Okay? And no, the fan art cannot be not safe for work. How dare you, Connor? How dare you say that? No one wants to see the protagonist of The Evil Within getting pierced by demon dicks. Alright? Keep that to yourself. El Dead Mariachi says, do I accept nude monochrome art? Well, I do, but I'm not going to use that on the stream. I'll accept nudes, but that's for my own personal purposes, okay? I'm obviously joking. Okay. So, ladies and gents, let's talk. Right now, Middle-earth Shadow of War, 4+ hour gameplay stream. Starting right now. Tonight, no second stream simply because I am doing my errands. I'm going grocery shopping and everything, so I don't have to do it this weekend and to avoid hindering the Evil Within 2 playthrough. Okay? Tomorrow, Shadow of War will be the main stream. 4 more hours of Shadow of War. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. is the premiere of the Evil Within 2. I'll be doing a 2-hour gameplay stream of that. Friday, double streams of the Evil Within 2. It'll be both the earlier stream at 12:30 p.m. and then later on at 7:30 p.m. 2 streams of Evil Within 2 on Friday. Then on Saturday, I'm debating if I should split it up. Maybe I'll do like Evil Within 2 as my first stream and Mordor as the second, not Mordor, or Shadow of War as the second stream. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe I'll split it, because that way I think variety would be better. And then that way Sunday, I can decide what I want my main stream to be. And in fact, on Sunday, even though typically I only do 1 gameplay stream, I'm actually considering doing 2. Because I know that coming on Tuesday is South Park. And I need to get as far in these games as I possibly can before I start with South Park. Okay? Sound good? So we'll see. You know, all this weekend is going to be a balance between Evil Within 2 and Shadow of War until South Park releases next week. And then obviously South Park's going to be a major focus because I absolutely love I loved the first game, The Stick of Truth, and I cannot wait for the Fractured Behold. Okay. So there you go. That's what you can expect for the next week to week and a half. Yes, I am aware there's tons of stuff that I'm not playing. For example, I still haven't done the Batman Telltale series. I still haven't done Guardians of the Galaxy. And there's a potential that next week, some 1 or 2 people have said they're considering donating WWE 2K18 to me. And if that's the case, then yes, I will be playing that game as well. So let's see what happens in regards to all of that, okay? Alright, so we're going to do the regular plugs in just a moment here, and then we'll get started with gameplay. Sound good? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. If you pledge to my Patreon, you earn personal perks like getting text or verbal thank yous in my YouTube videos, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly show, Ask the King, which is happening this month on the 26th, actually. That's my Q&A show. You can even get a private video made. You can get a lot of cool things. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat yet again. You can get a lot of cool things for being a patron of mine. In addition, this month's goal is a PlayerUnknown's Battleground goal, where if we hit the funding goal for this month, I'll be doing a marathon of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds in late November. Either it'll be on the Xbox One if the game's out by then for the Xbox One. If not, it'll be on PC. Okay? Pretty cool. I've never played the game before. It's the #1 game on Steam. A lot of people excited to see me play it. So if you want to see me do this fun marathon of it, please consider pledging to my Patreon this month. Patreon.com/darksidephil. In addition, you've got my Teespring shop where you can buy really cool t-shirts, mugs, stickers, and in particular, now that we've hit autumn and the temperatures are cooling down in a lot of places around the world, you get sweatshirts and hoodies, heavier clothing, all right? Really awesome logos and designs made by my fans and viewers. Give it a look. Anything that you get from my Teespring, I actually get a cool commission from, and it helps me out, okay? Last but not least, folks. Last but not least. If you are watching today's live stream and you're enjoying it and you're supporting it and you want to see me be able to keep doing this daily and you really enjoy everything I do, you can either cheer, sub, or tip during the course of the stream. Alright? If you do any of those things, I will give you a verbal shout out. In fact, some people have been doing them and I will be giving them their shout outs in just a moment. Now, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you sub to the channel and click the share button afterward, or if you tip me $2 or more, alright, you'll actually get an on-screen notification as well. So you'll get the verbal recognition from me and a visual pop-up as well. You get the double recognition, okay? I am very appreciative of everyone who does actually contribute. And, you know, you guys, honestly, are the reason why I'm still here. If back in March I didn't completely change my model here to be more primarily streaming focused and less on YouTube, I wouldn't be here anymore, okay? So I'm very appreciative of those of you who are supportive and do contribute every single day. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some shout-outs. So first of all, shout out to Golden Colts, who did some overnight cheering, as well as Boz2161, who they both did some significant overnight cheering. Again, I appreciate that you guys are cheering when I'm not here. Shows massive support that you guys would do that when I'm not even live streaming. Thank you for that, okay? Shout out to Coral Guy, who subscribed to the channel for the 7th month in a row. He says, Phil, I wish I could join you for the stream, but I just don't want to get spoiled. I might want to get the complete edition of this game when it comes out, and Broketober, I got to prioritize. Very much understanding, Coral Guy. I get it. Definitely, when you get a chance, check out the playthrough, because, as I said, 8 hours of gameplay, I've really enjoyed the game so far. Okay? Octoa did a 50-bit cheer and says, it's always important to vote with your wallet. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. So, again, I say it. If you don't support microtransactions, don't spend money on microtransactions. That's how you protest it. Because the bottom line is, Shadow of War has loot boxes you can buy, but if no one buys them, why would they implement this system in a future game? They wouldn't. Right? Right? So that's the bottom line. Don't boycott the entire game because EA decided to put microtransactions into it. The game's good. The frog in my throat did a 10-bit cheer and says, it's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? Well, it's very simple. There's two reasons why I have to be mad. Number one, because I am pissed off that in general, I am a gamer and I'm part of, you know, the gaming community. And I see the people around me becoming sheep and becoming mindless drones who don't fucking think for themselves. All at the benefit of a few YouTubers. And that's what really pisses me off, is that people can't see through the smoke screen that the real reason that drama was stirred up about the loot boxes in this game was to make people money. It had nothing to do with the fact that the loot boxes are a bad practice, which they are, but they could easily just avoid it by not spending money on it. Instead, we had to draw up so much fucking drama to make a few YouTubers richer, to line their pockets with more money, because people are fucking stupid and they can't fucking tell the difference. That's what's sad about the situation. Okay? That's what pisses me off. Because if anyone thought for themselves and actually watched a playthrough of the game, you'd be like, wait a minute. Look at all this content in the game and not $1 dropped on a loot box. I don't understand the controversy behind it. Okay. Also, the other reason that I get upset about this, even though it's just a game, is because it's my livelihood, dude. Every day I live stream. Every day I put videos on YouTube. This is how I make my living. And when people are going to boycott a game that I'm enjoying and playing just because of drama, because YouTubers wanted to get rich and make a quick controversial situation out of something and blow it out of proportion so they could get rich, then it fucks me over. Because I'm the one who's legitimately covering the game and people won't watch my playthrough because they're told the game sucks. That's ridiculous. So not only is the entire gaming community becoming stupid, but also it's hurting me. And that's not right. So because these YouTubers wanted to get rich and make a buck and hype up this fucking overdramatic situation for their own personal benefit, now I don't get anyone watching my playthrough. Gee, thanks a lot, you pieces of shit. No, really, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Idiots. Alright, shout out to Octoa who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, so buy the game and not the loot boxes, just like you said. Exactly. If you're watching my playthrough and you're liking the game, why wouldn't you buy the game? You know what I mean? Buy it, play it, but don't spend money on the loot boxes. That's the broken practice here, not the actual game itself. Okay. Shout out to Concrete Casket, who did a 55-bit cheer and says, did you enjoy the first Evil Within? I actually had mixed feelings about the first Evil Within, okay? I did enjoy the game overall, alright? I did enjoy the game overall. And I did think that the game was a good step in the right direction, but that's exactly what I thought it was. A step in the right direction, but not what people were expecting. When the Evil Within 1 released, everyone thought it was going to be the next step of evolution of survival horror gaming. Right? However, what ended up happening was the game basically played like Resident Evil 4 and 5, kind of. It was run-and-gun combat, and a ton of it. And yes, there were some survival horror elements, and there were some creepy parts of the game, but in general, the game wasn't that scary. It was more gory than scary. It was like extreme gore, shock factor, rather than psychological horror, which I think a lot of people were expecting from a game from the original developer and game designer of Resident Evil. Okay? So I think it was good, but it didn't live up to the expectations everyone had for the game. All right? That's kind of my opinion on the original Evil Within. Now, Evil Within 2, from all the trailers and everything I've seen, seems like it is going to be more psychological horror. I don't know. From what I see, it looks like that, but we have to see for ourselves. Maybe it's another bait and switch. Who knows? Okay. Alright, shout out to Chairman Caleb, who did a 10-bit cheer, and he says, did you know there's actual people who genuinely want the government to regulate how our games are made because of microtransactions? It's insanity. Just don't buy them. Yeah, anyone who supports that, anyone who actually wants government regulation of microtransactions, you're basically saying, alright, you're basically saying that you have no faith that humanity could ever be intelligent and ever have self-control, right? Listen, gambling is legal in the United States. Now, there's criterias and laws around it, but gambling is legal, all right? So maybe there should be a criteria enforced just to make sure that if you are going to be buying a randomized loot box that, I don't know, that maybe it's fair, not that the game cheats you or something. I don't know, because we don't actually know behind the scenes what is the formula they're using to divvy out random items when you spend money on a fucking loot box in one of these games. I don't know. I'm not a coder, right? I don't see behind the scenes of what's actually going on with these games. But in my opinion, as long as the system is fair and isn't actually, actively cheating people who are willingly spending their money on these things, then I don't see the problem. And it's also, like I said, if it's a game like Shadow of War, it's not a competitive game. So if you want to skip hours of grinding by spending extra money to see a secret ending, then so be it, right? Why do we need the government to step in and say that this is illegal? This is ridiculous. You're basically saying because people have no self-control and no maturity and no fucking, intelligence, that people are so dumb that we need the government to come in and protect us from ourselves. That's what you're saying. And anyone who actually is basically calling for this kind of regulation, that's what you're saying. You think that humans are so brain dead to know that microtransactions are gambling that we should just regulate it and make it illegal. Wow. Stream in the stream chat says kids don't have self-control, though. True, but kids also don't have credit cards. That's my point. Kids don't have tons of money and credit cards to spend on shit like this. By the way, Shadow of War is a mature rated game. Kids shouldn't be playing it. So do you see my point? Do you see my point here? If people actually adhered to the things that are already set in place, the game rating system, right? Not putting money in the hands of small children, then maybe this wouldn't be a problem. So it's people actually doing things wrong already that make this system a problem, not the system itself. Shout out to Brock Lesnar 97 who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Brock Lesnar, for the sub. I appreciate that. Shout out to YOLO Dopper who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, are you going to play Street Fighter V arcade version? Probably not. I already told you guys a million times I don't like Street Fighter V. Why I would ever go back to it, I have no idea. So there you go. Shout out to Marky Mark who did a $2 tip. Thank you, Marky Mark. He says, I got some of the best news of my life today. Wanted to pass the goodness on to you. Well, I have absolutely no idea what the good news is, but I would like to say congratulations on whatever it is. Whenever you get good news, it's always a great thing, right? A momentous occasion. So I hope you enjoy it. Whatever the good news could be, I hope that it is a positive and ongoing positive influence in your life. How about that? Share the positivity. Share it. Share it and spread it. Shout out to C-Dick, who tipped me $10. Thank you, C-Dick. He says, fuck Metacritic user reviews on Shadow of War. I'm not planning on buying it, but I'm thoroughly enjoying you watching you play it. C-Dick loves you. Heart. Well, C-Dick, thank you very much for the tip, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the playthrough, despite the fact that so many people are shitting on the game and saying it's garbage, even though they're not even playing the fucking game or watching a playthrough of it. Shout out to King of Hypocrisy, who did a 10-bit cheer and says, Phil, will you ever do in real life streaming? It's the big thing now on Twitch. How could I? I guess you have to get an app. I guess there's an app that you need to do it. But here's the thing, folks. And here's what people don't seem to realize. Number one, whenever you walk into a business, that is private property. And the second that you start filming without permission, you've broken the law. This is 100% truth. You can't just walk into a store, a restaurant. No, nowhere. It's private property. And therefore, if you go in under the premise of doing a transaction of business, and instead you're recording and streaming, you're breaking the law. Okay? It's true. You have to get permission first to do that. That's number one. Number two. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many people understand this or not. Alright? But most people on this planet don't enjoy having every living, waking moment of their life recorded for some kind of monetary purpose. Because that's the bottom line. Is people who are doing this in real life streaming are doing it trying to get popular to make money. That's why they're doing it. Okay? People don't want that shit. People want less of the fucking, you know, constant monitoring, constant recording, everything being constantly shared and monitored online. People don't want that unless, again, if you're actively consenting to it, great. But the common person walking down the fucking street doesn't want to be recorded and put on the internet, right? So if you're walking down the street, oh, in real live streaming, here I am, I'm walking down, look at this guy, wow, he's funny. Oh, wow, look at these people driving. I'm going to walk into this store, and I'm going to comment on the prices of products, and I'm going to do this. And not only are you breaking the law, you're being incredibly disrespectful to all the people around you. And, you know, it's rude. It's very fucking rude to do that. I don't support that practice. I think it's stupid. Okay? So, in that regards, I don't think it would basically be appropriate for me to even do in real life streaming. I mean, I'll be honest here, I think it would be funny. I'm a funny guy. People like my on-the-fly kind of reactionary commentary to stuff. And all the time I'm reacting to stuff around me in real life, stuff that I see and everything. But I don't think it would be appropriate. I think it would be quite rude. It would be invasion of privacy. And in a lot of cases, depending on where it is, it would be illegal. So there you go. See, I know this for a fact because once upon a time, I was covering midnight releases of video games. And at one point, I went to the local mall because they were doing a big event for a Call of Duty release. And as I started recording, I got into trouble. Oh, this is private property. You can't record here without permission. I was like, wow, okay. Well, now I know. And then I did. I looked it up, and they were absolutely right. Anything that's considered private property, a business, a restaurant. Basically, if it's not public. If you're walking on a public sidewalk, yes, then you can record. But that's it. Anytime you step inside the boundaries of any kind of land that's privately owned, you're breaking the law if you're recording. So, excuse me. So there you go. By the way, that's also why if you go to, say, a concert or a WWE event and you record and you put it on the internet, you can also get it, copyright strike taken down and everything because they consider it illegal. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being patient on the pre-stream. It is now time to begin with Shadow of War gameplay. Are we all ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? All right, let's resume. Right now, we're in the midst of recruiting orcs for my army. I think I have to get a few more before they'll let me do the next major story arc, so. All right, let's do it. Here we go.